Welcome to Westside Bible Fellowship. This is a 3-minute sermon summary of what we're going to look at this Sunday at Westside Bible Fellowship. 5:30, a sermon, soup, and sandwich. Here's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at Joseph in Genesis 41. After he interprets Pharaoh's dream, we're going to look at how he represents the Trinity, and he plays out a major portion of each character of the Trinity. First of all, he's like God. Joseph plans, and God does too. It's called Providence, where he works everything out according to his pleasure and his purpose. Joseph, though, what really amazes me, he says to Pharaoh, what you need to do is set one man over the whole nation for this particular plan. Then you need to set bends where we're going to save everything during the 7 years of plenty for the 7 years of famine. But he says we're going to save 1/5, which is very interesting. And then he says he's like Moses, and he's planning things out. And you remember Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, has to come and say to Moses, what you are doing is not good. You're wearing yourself out. Joseph already has this great wisdom given to him by God, that he has the vision of the big picture, but he also has the vigor to follow through with the details. And dreams of divine desire are detailed. We've talked about that. But I want you to see God's providence, how God is working everything out by having his brothers sell him into slavery, into Egypt, so that God's purposes can follow through. Then we want to see something really significant about Joseph as well. Joseph is going to save the lives of his family, Jacob, and his siblings, but he's going to be a precursor to Jesus, and Jesus is not just going to save a family and a nation like Egypt. Jesus is going to save multitudes of families from all the nations. So Joseph saves lives, Jesus saves souls. And here again is that key verse in Genesis 19:18, when God says, I have chosen Abraham so that he might command his family and his household in things of righteousness and injustice, so that God can fulfill his promise to the nations through him. So Joseph's going to save the nation of Egypt and the life of all the families of Jacob, but Jesus is going to come and save the souls of all peoples from all nations. So those who respond to Jesus in faith will be saved, and Joseph is a precursor of that. Lastly, Joseph prefigures what the Holy Spirit gives to us in the church. Joseph becomes the Vizier of Pharaoh. That means that he carries out Pharaoh's wishes. And that's what happens when Jesus rises from the dead and leaves captives in his train. He gives us all the booty that he won from the devil, from the world, and gives to us as God's beloved Son. And those gifts that we get through the Holy Spirit, we're called stewards, so that we can be salt and light. Now join us and dream your dream of divine desire, how you can take where God's grief and the world's desperate needs combine to gift you to be salt and light in a lost and broken world. Thank you.